Hey everyone, how's it going? So what am I working on now? I got a 2012 Toyota Camry. It's a 4-cylinder. At least I believe it's a 4-cylinder. Customer's complaint is it's bucking and jerking while driving. They had brought this in about 10 months ago, complaining of the same thing. We were never able to verify it. So he came in now and he says it's doing it much worse. Okay. No check engine light. The only light that's on is a low tire light, although I don't think it's a low tire. I'm pretty sure it's sensors. But let me show you. I ran a scan on it. Let me just show you all the codes that I got. I'm just going to just shut that off. All right. So, in the engine, PCM basically, ECM. It's got an engine stall history, startability malfunction. What does that even mean? Normally that means it was like a long crank to start. And then it's got a 1605 rough idle. It repeats there. It's got a analog brake system, lower high power supply voltage, whatever that means. Well, obviously it means lower high voltage. Interesting. Lost communication with ECM, PCM. Device malfunction. Engine ECU communication codes. Transmitter, yeah, that's what I thought for the tire pressure monitor. I'm not concerned about any of that. PCM lost communication with ECM, lost communication with TCM, lost communication with the straight module. So, okay. I'm not quite sure, but if I had to venture a guess, I'm going to think that this thing has or had some kind of voltage issue, battery issue, ground issue, something along those lines. That's what I think. I'm going to take this thing for a ride, see if I can't duplicate what the customer's talking about. He said it feels like when it's going to shift that all of a sudden it holds back and then shifts. So, but let's see. You never know. As you know from a lot of the past videos lately, I've gotten a lot of vehicles in where people think they have transmission problems and they actually don't. They have an engine issue that's creating a problem that people believe is a transmission issue. So let me take this thing for a ride. Let's see what it does. Well, I think I'm wrong in what I originally thought. This thing has a transmission problem. Why it's not showing up on the scanner. A lot of times a mechanical failure inside a transmission, unless it's severe, a plain old mechanical failure or a part that's deteriorating or whatever, be it a torque converter, shutter, or stuff like that, or stuff that's wearing out, unless it's showing signs outside certain parameters, you'll never get codes. This thing it hangs up on one of the shifts. I don't remember if it's first to second or second to third. You'll feel it pull back and then shift, and it's got a pretty good shudder to it too. I just pulled over now. I'm going to take off again, and I don't know if you're going to be able to verify it with me, but I'll point it out when it's actually happening. All right, so let's go up the road here. I've got a car coming. I want to let them pass. All right. So there's first, takes off fine. Second is fine. Third, well, that time third shifted fine. And fourth shifted fine. That time it shifted absolutely perfectly fine. And now I don't even have a shutter. Peculiar. Very peculiar. It's weird because it was doing it up to the point where I stopped. Okay. Actually, let me come to a stop because I want to take off again, maybe not on a hill. There it goes. Oh, and now it's shuddering. And it's shuddering. Yeah, it's shuddering, and there it's shuddering again. When it shifts into each gear, it starts shuddering. I think this thing's got a torque converter problem or something along those lines. All right, we're gonna get back to the shop. It's actually rattling interior panels. We're gonna get back to the shop. I'm gonna check the fluid level and condition and go from there. But the other codes I may not even worry about. I want to look at the battery terminals and stuff like that. but this isn't going to be a voltage related issue. It's not going to be anything like that. It's definitely a transmission related issue. So, all right, let's get back to the shop and let's take a look. One thing I did notice is when taking off easy is when it happens. If you take off hard, it doesn't happen. Second. Third. Oh, there's shutter. Oh, it's shuttering like crazy now. Yeah, it's shuttering like mad right now. I don't know if... Yeah, it's definitely a torque converter issue. All right, actually, let's get back to the shop. So like I said, I'm not really concerned about all those other codes. I'm actually going to clear them now and see what happens. I know TPMS problem. Oh, it did clear for right now. But I'm clearing them all out. I know none of those are the reason this thing's doing what it's doing. What I want to do is I want to check the transmission fluid condition. I guarantee you there's going to be something wrong there. At least I'm pretty confident. So the Camry doesn't have a dipstick, so I got to check it from underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a fluid sample and see what it looks like. All right, so just set up a little bit here. Crack this free, just like that. And I'm going to get a clean container. These are great containers. I save them purposely for this reason whenever I find them. Ooh. That fluid is nasty. All right, hang on a second. That's transmission fluid. Yuck. All right, so let's just tighten this up. Don't gotta go bananas. And let's see, what size is that? I can't even read this. That is a 6mm hex. Allen key, whatever you want to call it. Clean off a little brake clean. Whoops, I'm getting a phone call, hang on. So as you saw on my hand how nasty this fluid is and how nasty it looks here, let's take a closer look at it. And actually, let me turn the light on. But yeah, that's not good. That is not good. That stuff is like mud. All right, unfortunately, I am now 100% confident that the customer's issue is all in the transmission. Those other codes in that, I wouldn't even bother looking them up or hunting them down or doing anything with them until this part of it is straightened out, because that's nasty. So it's very rare for one of these things to need a transmission. I'm actually kind of surprised. But hey, everything fails at some point. I mean, it's just a mechanical piece. Toyota makes a great product, but you know, they do fail. They do fail. So yeah, so this is going to be a transmission, but there's nothing I can do with it for right now. So, all right. Well, hopefully you got something out of that. If you did, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.